Hello, everyone. Good evening to you all. This is Dr. Rose Muralikrishnan from Los Angeles. And of course, good morning to everyone in India, Dubai, Singapore, Malaysia, and other parts of Asian countries. How are you all doing? In today's episode, I'm going to be covering a topic that is not discussed often on broadcasts, usually by people like me and you and millions of other so called privileged men and women. Right? What topic is it? What kind of topic is it? A voice of transcending stigma. I sat here and hosted many music, dance, and other fine arts and traditional arts broadcasts and hundreds and thousands of emerging artists in music and dance and fine arts enthusiasts, but never an artist struggle about who they are. After I took a long break for almost a year and a half, I just came back like 3 or 4 weeks ago to start my episodes back again. And I decided to come back to create a platform for not only young emerging artists, but for women with issues or men with issues or children with issues or underprivileged artists who suffer from other issues day in and day out to live a normal life in our society. Anyone who has difficulty in to live a normal life can definitely come and talk to me, and I will definitely bring it out to the public, and we can share your experience and expertise and struggles so that people will know what is in and what is out. People should know what kind of struggles others do so that they can make decisions based on all your struggles. So here I am bringing in Lakshya, a Bharatanatyam dancer, to discuss the never-ending fight of an Indian transgender woman. It's going to be a truthful, open conversation on the challenges and triumphs of a transgender woman who is representing millions and millions of other transgender through her voice. First of all of those who wish to know about the term transgender, because to tell you the truth, I did not know. Even when I briefly spoke about it to Lakshya, I told her I did not know certain lifestyle, certain terms and stuff like that. And she opened my eyes by saying it what it is. So in case if you were one of like me, a few weeks ago, I'm going to just give a brief. People who identify as transgender or individuals who feel that the sex they were assigned at birth does not match their gender identity or the gender that they feel they are inside. These people are often called transgender in the society. I recently watched a Tamil movie on YouTube recently, like a few weeks ago, called Tirunangai. And to tell you the truth, I was completely crying throughout the movie, and that movie gave me a different insight into this topic. So here I am to support a phenomenal Bharatanatyam dancer, Lakshya, who studied as well as worked as a faculty at Ex-Kalakshetra a decade ago, I think, and she is going to talk to us about her personal journey. Briefly, I just wanted to give some insights of what it is, what I felt, and stuff like that. Trans feminism or transgender topics have been a rather new addition in today's world. However, this certainly does not mean that transgender and their lives, resistances, everyday struggles, bodies, thoughts, and in general existence is a new invention. Although most people would like to believe as such, the determination and existence of a third gender were always there from the very beginning. Trans people's histories and biographies have been one of the most radical spaces of feminist discourse and movement in the global scenario. Violence against transgender people, especially trans women, has increased manifold today. Brutality, hate speech, social stigma, and a general attitude of ignorance of diversity have resulted in creating a hostile and intolerant space for transgender people. Various structural forms of discrimination in sectors of employment and education further make their lives very, very difficult. At such a juncture, a feminist outside the trans community, such as you and I with privilege, should not only help them alleviate the social stigma against them, but also actively make space for them to speak and represent themselves in positions of power and change. And this one, I had taken the first initiative. The notion of transgender as a spectrum may feel to some modern revelation, but in Indian culture, literature, and mythology, this was there for centuries and centuries ago and has taught of the figures who defined the binary. The supreme god Shiva has often been held as a ultimate embodiment of masculinity, but as far back as the Kushan era, there have also been depictions of Shiva in the Ardhanarishvara form, an androgynous composite of Shiva and his wife Parvati. The form originated when Parvati, desiring to share Shiva's experiences, asked for their forms to literally be joined. What is being said is that if the inner masculine and feminine meet, you are in a perpetual state of ecstasy. Most often, the Ardhanarishvara is depicted with the female form of Parvati on the left and the masculine attributes of Shiva on the right. And let me see if I can show you a picture of that here. So you can see Shiva on the left and Parvati on the right. In the middle, you can see the combination of both Shiva and Parvati united. So this is the middle one is called Ardhanarishvara, and who is a combination of Shiva and Parvati. Even in Vaishnavism, a major deity of the religion, regarded as the protector of the world, Vishnu, is clearly depicted in the faith as a gender fluid. This main deity frequently took on the female avatar of Mohini. Vishnu even procreated with the Shiva in the Mohini form, resulting the birth of Ayyappa, a major deity still worshipped by millions of people. See, that is what is in Vaishnavism. And let me show you a picture in here. So this is actually, behind is Vishnu and Shiva in the form of Mohini. And Krishna, an incarnation of Vishnu, Krishna also took the form of Mohini in order to marry Aravan to satisfy one of the hero's last request according to the Mahabharata. After Aravan's passing, Krishna stayed in the form of the hero's widow for a significant period of mourning. So It's also there in Krishna's time. Even Narada, a Vedic sage, a devotee of Vishnu, once boasted he was above being a victim of Maya. Vishnu encouraged Narada to take a dip in the river, which erased all of Narada's memories and turned him into a woman. In the state, Narada married a king and produced several sons and grandchildren, doomed to die in war. While Narada was in mourning, his gender was restored to male again, and he had a greater understanding of the power of Maya. Even in Kama Sutra, Kama Sutra existed as a religious text celebrating the union of individuals in the same sex interactions, which was depicted in many temples in India, like 1,000 years or more than 1,000 years old temples. And even in Christianity, too. Some may argue that the Bible says nothing about the explosion of the transgender phenomenon in the Western world. After all, there is no verse that says, Thou shalt not transition from a man to a woman, but neither are there any verses that talk explicitly about gun violence, anorexia, waterboarding, fossil fuels, vaccines, GMOs, HMOs, or video games, or Pokemon, Pikachu, and all that, right? So these are all the 21st century thing. We would not expect the Bible to speak in 21st century terms to every 21st century. Eventually, of course, the Bible teaches that God made us male or female. The Bible knows no other gender categories beside male and female. While men and women in scriptures may express their masculinity and femininity in a wonderful diversity of ways, scripture still operates with the binary categories of men and women. You are one or the other, you know. We know from Genesis 1 and 2 that the categories of a male and female are a part of God's design of humanity. Indeed, when God created the first human pair in his image, he created them male and female. Far from being a mere cultural construct, God depicts the existence of a man and a woman as essential to his creational plan. The two are neither identical nor interchangeable. But when the woman who was taken out of a man joins again with the man in physical union, the two become one flesh. This is said in Genesis 1, 23, 24. Divided the human race into two genders, male and female, one or the other, not both. And not one, then the other. We have to understand that. It was God's idea. We should not confuse biological sex with gender. That's all I would say. So these are all the understanding we all must have. It's there for centuries after centuries. As we all might not know, transgender individuals face a variety of challenges in their lives, from discrimination and harassment to limited access to care, healthcare, and protections. They often experience rejections and ostracism from their own parents, siblings, families, friends, and communities, which can lead to feelings of isolation, depression, and anxiety. This is unacceptable, and we all must, we need to do something about it. Are we doing it? I don't know. At least I did not know about it like a month ago, and until I watched that movie. So I decided to do something about it, and that was the reason of this live broadcast. As a part of my doing something, I'm going to bring this amazing dancer Lakshya on stage to discuss the never-ending fight of an Indian transgender woman, a truthful, open conversation on the challenges and triumphs of a transgender Bharatanatyam dancer. Let's put our hands together and give a big round of applause to welcome Lakshya on stage. Hi, Lakshya. How are you, Ma?
I'm good. How are
I'm
you?
good. How are you?
I'm doing very good. You look fantastic, and I, it's my honor to welcome you on my broadcast to discuss about, you know, all the pluses and minuses and all the difficulties and also the good times you went through for who you are being right now. And it is definitely for all of us, it will be a great eye opener. That's what I would say. And so how are you feeling?
I'm feeling
I'm
good.
feeling
I
good.
feel
I
so
feel so
happy
happy
that
that
I am meeting
I'm
you
meeting you
again,
again,
and we are going to
and we are
talk
going to talk
about the truth,
about the truth,
continuing.
continuing.
And before I, start my discussion, I'm going to show our audience, just a brief about you because I talked about what transgender and what is that we have to do, what you guys are going through, and all that. But I wanted to show a little introduction about you to our audience. Just give me a second. Hello, Lakshya. Now our audience know who you were and what you were doing. So I am ready with all kinds of questions for you. And are you ready?
Of
Of
course.
course.
Awesome, awesome. Lakshya, tell us a little bit about your childhood, your family, and and so when you were a little young, like young person. So please give us a little brief about yourself.
I was
I
born
was
in
born in
Alua, a small
Alua, a small
village in
village in
Kerala.
Kerala.
I would say a town, and my parents were P. Rajapan and Kamalam, and we belong to Vishwakarma goldsmith family. And I was the fifth son, the last one. And my father had a C-class stationery stores, and that was our uh, income for the family. And we were right in front of St. Xavier's Church, orphanage, and college, and everything. So we always had a kind of connection with the nuns and fathers of the church. So much we were. I would say that they literally made us grow with their all support, this orphanage and all that. So that was my uh, childhood, and I my father used to say that if I happen to hear any kind of music, rhythmic music, I just start jumping like without a teacher. I just dance. and that was something I didn't know what I was been doing. So that was the first entry to the passion towards dance. After that, my father joined me to Kalamandalam Sumati teacher, and I started my dance lessons there. And all the inspiration came from the movie called Shankarabaranam. My father took me to that movie Shankarabaranam, and I still remember that the impact that movie made in me was really deep. And then I started dancing for those songs without a teacher. Then my father's friends used to say that he has a lot of interest in dance. Maybe you should teach. You should arrange a dance master or teacher for Lakshya. Say like I went to Kalamandalam Sumadi. Then in Kerala, it's like school festivals, then district youth festival, state youth festival. So all these venues I've been dancing, and it was quite nice experience when I was young. And my feminine uh, behavior, I don't know that I was not able to sense that, because how can I judge myself? So, but other people, I've been hearing like how they criticize me and all that, how they comment on my feminine way of behaving and all that. And they also say, oh, maybe because of dancing, he's learning dancing, maybe because of that reason, behaving a feminine way and all that. So if you ask me if that was the true reason, I have no idea, because I never felt man in me from childhood itself. uh, I was a person like that. I never felt that, okay, I am a man, or I'm a boy. These are the things I should be doing. These are the things I should be attracted to, and all that. I never had that kind of feeling. I was this way. That was my childhood. Dance, fancy dress, and kind of drawing. That these are my uh, childhood and entry to
Awesome. Very, very nice to hear that. That's beautiful. And how was your school days? Like, as a youth, like in elementary school and middle school, high school, how was the school days for you? It's all, similar. You pretty much covered it all. And so what was your, how was it? Like competitions and sometimes school competitions, speech and dance programs, music programs. There are several other activities in schools. So what was your contribution? How was your days in schools?
school days were very
School
nice.
days were very nice.
My teachers
My
were
teachers were
uh,
uh,
very
very
affectionate to me,
affectionate to me,
and
and
school
the
just gave
school
me a lot
just
of
gave me a
privilege
lot of
for being
privilege
a
for
dancer.
being a dancer.
I used to
I used to
represent my
represent my
schools for
schools for
competitions and all that.
competitions and all that.
So yeah, um, that I enjoyed in the
Very
school.
In this,
beautiful, very nice,
But
very
but
nice.
yeah,
yeah,
this
this
my
my
feminine
feminine
identity, my
identity,
senior
my
students
senior
used to
students
understand that,
understand that,
and
and
they used to
they
comment on it. And I'm talking about like 85, that time I'm talking about. Then you can imagine how young I would be, and the situation of that time, is different compared to the current situation. So the school was nice. um, Some people really appreciated, I mean, maybe I would say accepted my feminine nature. That was not a problem for them, as long as I was dancing and giving name for my school and engaging in all the festivals and all that. They were literally happy about me, and so they never took me in a bad way, or like,
know.
so that
So
I was
Beautiful,
that
really
I
very
was
lucky.
really lucky.
lovely to hear that. And when did you feel that you were trapped in a in a boy, or when did you feel that there was a woman inside you? What time, what age, what time of your life?
It's like
It's like
I won't be
I
able
won't
to
be able
say
to
that
say that
from
from
particular
particular
age,
age,
from fifth
from fifth
standard or
standard
seventh
or seventh
standard, I
standard, I started feeling
started like
started
feeling
like feeling
female in me. It's not like that. I would say from childhood I have been having that feeling, but over time it was intensifying, I would say. But if you ask me when it intensified, then I would say when I was having like 10th standard, in 15, 16, 17, that age,
age
it's really
really
intensifying.
intensifying.
Like,
Right, like
Like
as you went through the puberty, probably. Yeah.
exactly. That
exactly.
time I was
Okay.
At time I
feeling,
was really
but before that, I was experiencing, I was feeling like a woman, but not like that way, in a different way, maybe like a childish or like, so
Right.
so
That's
all
in
it's a
my
a
narrow.
life
in
Yeah.
my
there was
life there
just
was
like a woman.
just like a woman.
So I
Mhm.
cannot
So I
say
cannot
now
say
I feel
now I
but this many
after this many
in this age
in
I
this
felt.
age I felt.
Amazing, awesome. Yeah, that's really nice to know. Like, like you always felt that you are this person, not that person. You always had that from your childhood. That's what I understand. And dance, of course, your dad took you in a very young age. You mentioned, and when did you choose? Dancing as your profession or career, that you wanted to take dance as a profession. What time frame, I mean, why, like, when did you make that choice in your life?
Actually,
Actually,
that's a
that's
proverb
a
that
proverb that
we should have a white paper, then only we can draw on it. We generally say that. Similarly, I wanted to make me myself happy and peaceful, then only I can be productive. For example, my school days, college days, I wasn't happy because every time this gender identity, the always the search in me were really haunting me. And in those time, women separately and men separately, they made them sit like that in the college and schools. So when I sit with next to a man or a guy, I I little sometimes I feel uncomfortable. So always I had that what do you call that, a search in me, what's going on, or in a kind of confusion and all that. So but dance, while dancing I felt really happy, and I people appreciate my dance, and I got all privilege, and my father, my parents, everybody's happy, and that was giving me a lot of peace, a kind of recognition and all that. So then I thought, why wouldn't I take dance as my profession? Because I think this is something naturally I have in my body. Instead, if I'm going for some other thing, to be frank with you, I'm unable to concentrate at all, because apart from dance, my concentration is only in my female side. Then dance is, of course, I got a possibility to express my female feelings through dance. So I took advantage of it, and then that time I was thinking, okay, maybe I should go take dance as a profession. That time, I remember after seeing my 10th standard Kerala State Youth Festival, one teacher told me that, are you want to learn more dance or something and all that? I said, of course, I like to do more and all that. Then she was suggesting me Kalakshetra because her daughter was in Kalakshetra. Then she told me that. Um, I think Usha Menon's mother, she told me that if you are able to get in admission in Kalakshetra, that's going to be the best and all that, she told me. Then I was like, oh, good, I need to try. And I just wrote a letter, then I got a response and all that. That's one side. Another side, as I mentioned, that when I was in teenage, the female feelings are intensifying. I was unable to talk about to my friends or my uh, parents or relatives or brothers, because that time I can't even think of it. So I was suppressing all these feelings, and I really wanted a break. I just wanted to go far from my house just to breathe, because this all the time, so 24/7 being conscious. For example, if I'm doing something with my eyebrow, immediately my brother will ask, what are you doing? I've been watching you. You're just standing near the mirror for a long time. What's the and I've been feeling very uncomfortable with that. They're always after me. So I
Wow.
wanted to
So the
breathe.
family was asking, oh, why you do this, why you, so they were not ready to accept to see you like that. Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Wow.
They're like,
Wow.
They're like,
what's going
what's
on?
going on?
Like,
What?
then I was convincing them saying that I'm a dancer, so I'm doing something. but that was not the true. Actually, they never knew what is that time is really, they don't know anything about all these transition and gender identity and all that. But for me personally and professionally, I wanted a break. So that's why I moved to a different state. I joined Kalakshetra, and I when my father saw the Kalakshetra's atmosphere, that he really, like, attracted to that environment, and then he was very convinced that he thought that, oh, I think my son should learn here. And my father is kind of person is always is a kind of down to earth person, and I can still see my father's at the way he was to the other teachers on that day. And I got admission, and so I had that feel, okay, and my father left to Kerala. Then I just felt, oh, I am so free now. I can just breathe. I can be myself.
Wow.
So
Wow. So
that's
that's
really,
really yeah, that's an amazing story. Yeah. So at least you took a break from your family. So how accepting was your mother, father, and brother and sister siblings? Like, how did they, did they have hard time accepting you as what you were at that time, or they had hard time, um, you know, seeing you to be a girl?
that
That
time
time,
they don't
they
even
don't
know
even
what
know
is
what
gender
is
identity.
gender identity.
They
Right.
have
They
no
have
idea
no
about it.
idea about it.
So,
Mm.
So,
since I have this issue, I used to. That's the thing. People, if they need something, they will somehow go in search of it and then find it out. I had that feelings, the same, the searching kind of tendency. And then I've been going reading books, and then if I say something about, homosexuality or something like that, I used to read the article, and then I will just try to connect with me. Is that what am I? No. So I remember some words like active, passive, gay, these kind of words I remember. But when I was trying to connect those words into my life, I realized that I'm not gay, I'm not active, I'm something else. I feel more towards female. That's what I had the feeling.
I
But as a
see.
but
I
as a
dancer, I
see.
dancer,
would
I
love
would love
to
you to
do dance
do
or
dance.
in any way. But when it comes to as a personal thing, I wanted to make sure that I'm not, the definition what was given in the books. I need to make sure that is that me or not. Um, so in this
In this
situation, I
situation,
So
thought,
there
I thought
was a fight within you. So okay, am I not? So within you, you went through a fight.
exactly the
Wow.
the
conflict was that.
conflict was that.
Mm. Wow. And then you said that you went to Kalakshetra as a student. And so how was your life in Kalakshetra? It was a 3 years course or 5 years course?
Kalakshetra is
Kalakshetra
diploma
is
is 4 years,
diploma is 4 years,
post diploma
post
2 years,
diploma 2 years,
and then
So
they
and
also
then
altogether,
they all
so altogether it's like about 6 years.
6 years, and they
6 years,
also
and
give
they
one more
also
year
give
like
one more.
advanced course. uh, Used to say that time the students will be, basically they will be in the concert section, they'll be performing, and they just say teaching classes and all that, like advanced course, that's what they say.
Right. In medical, they do the, like a, um, it's similar thing. So after you practice, you finish your college, you go into practice for a year. Awesome. That's wonderful. So tell me a little bit. You went to Kalakshetra, and then, so tell me a little bit of your life in Kalakshetra. So how did you, I mean, you came out of your home and you found a new place to live. You got a breather from your family, and you thought that, okay, life is going to be now smooth. I'm in the place where I can do whatever I want. So, how was your life those 7 years in Kalakshetra, like studying as a student, young student?
uh, I expected something like, okay, my feminine behavior is okay. I thought I would have freedom and all that. I thought that's not a big thing there, but it wasn't like that. I remember I was warned by a senior teacher that when I did, before I used to thread my brows, I remember that because I had thick eyebrows. So somebody noticed that and then rushed to me and said, "This is not allowed. You cannot do it here." and all that. Then I thought,
Oh,
oh my
wow.
God.
So in school, you couldn't thread that the boys couldn't thread their. Oh,
I was
wow.
wondering how the boys will saw it. Like, so they have been watching everybody very detailed. Then I thought, okay, I need to be very careful because everybody it's not like what I think thought. So I wanted to be extra precautious about the surroundings. So that was a bit stress for me. And what I did was over time I met some friends. I had some friends outside of the campus because Chennai city is a big city and they have parks, they have good museums, good shopping places, and also
Oh, that's my birthplace. So you tell me about it, Chennai. I can I can talk about it 3 years nonstop. Yeah, it is a big city.
so I used to go outside. Then when I see feminine boys like me, then I thought, oh, maybe like me, and that eye interaction. We talk through eyes. Then we will somehow we will make the connection, and then I met some people. They're exactly like me, and I was able to share my stress with them. Like I'm in Kalakshetra, but I'm not able to this kind of feminine activity. If I do, they would just kick me out of the campus. So I used to share with all these things with my these friends outside. So they say that everybody said a great opinion about Kalakshetra. Oh, you are in Kalakshetra. Oh, you're a student of Kalakshetra. Wow.
Yeah, that is an
So they're
amazing
like that.
organization. Yeah, we had a nice, good session last week, and it was, I mean, it definitely was such an amazing
Right.
organization. And I know for some reason, because of some people, it's going through
Mm.
quite a bit of challenge.
Right.
It's because of people, but that's definitely a great. I'm very proud that you graduated from there, like with the 7 years of studying there. And you mentioned that you were also faculty. You were working there as well.
Yeah, I did my 4 year diploma, finished. Then I did my PG. When I did my post graduation, I went to Germany actually. So Germany, I got an offer from Kalakshetra. I don't want to mention the name. They said there is an offer. We can go. No one will know and all that. And at that age, I didn't know that. I thought okay, and I went to Germany. I didn't inform properly at the office. When I came back, everything was they knew everything, and then they told me, "No, Laksha, you said a lie to us, and then you left the college." I was like, I was literally I didn't feel guilty inside because it's all my emotion. Already I've been this feminine feelings I've been suppressing within me. I have no outlet to tell anybody about what's going on, what makes me happy, why am I feeling so restless. I'm not grounded yet. I'm dancing, everything is fine, but something is, I'm not like you people. I'm something different. So I need to try new things. Maybe I need to go to different place. And you know, so that's why I wanted some mental relief. So I went and I came back. So it was become a big issue, but I requested the teachers and that time Rajaram sir was the
What became an issue? So you couldn't get back to your
yeah, they told me
faculty.
that
Oh, so you were working at that time before you
no,
went.
no,
So
not
you
working as student, post diploma student.
okay, so you
And
were
then
post diploma. Yeah, when you were studying, you went to Germany.
yeah, and
Okay.
Germany, I was not supposed to be going like that, but I went and came back, and then the problem happened. Then uh, everybody was a little upset with me. Then what I did, I was like, and then I didn't do anything. Only thing other than requesting and then being patient and then accepting the fact that I'm sorry, and then I had to do one more year post diploma. Like I did 3 years my post diploma, but I
Wow.
said,
Oh, because of that break. How long were you
yeah.
there in Germany?
Oh, maybe I was like 20 days.
Oh, for 20 days of trip, you have to do one whole year. Oh, wow, that's quite a bit.
Because that was like rules, no? The rules and regulations were very strict.
True, true. I mean, in schools and universities and colleges, you have the rules. And, like sometimes, yeah, you get an opportunity. Yeah, if I say, you sneak out. If I tell the college, they won't let me go. So, I know. Wow, wow.
But the third year when I did, I mean, that was actually, that's what I really felt. Everything happens for a reason. And the year that I extended for the PG, that was this very supportive year for me. I got some characters like Bharata, and my Bharata became really very appreciative of people and audience. And I don't know that Bharata's character is very special. Bharata's that the grief, that sorrow feelings and the love, compassion for brother, his helpless situation, his innocence. So when I am doing a Bharata, in some way it was connecting to my own emotion. I was literally able to live as Bharata in the on stage. I can literally make tears, and maybe because of that reason, maybe people felt that I'm really doing well. But actually, what I was emotionally living that character because the Bharata's helpless situation, misunderstanding. Bharata is misunderstood by people and all that. And same thing happened in my life. Like people are they were misunderstanding me like a man, but I am not. So how do I, like I can't even swallow it. I can't even spit it. I have to keep it here. That kind of situation I have been going through.
Wow,
Um,
that is such a tough situation. How did you overcome that kind of feelings when, I mean, you are alone, far away from family, you are in a place that you know nobody except, your friends and, classmates and all that. So, how did you overcome that feeling?
Kalakshetra organization, Kalakshetra theater, Kalakshetra costume, lights, the arrangement, the props, everything is so beautiful. Beautiful and so captivating, I would say. So when I see Kalakshetra, I'm like, oh my God, what was. So to be a part of concert section and doing characters for me is like something so, I don't know how to express that feeling. So I was able to balance my gender dysphoria and identity issues because I was able to do some roles. And also I remember, that I mentioned that I am from Vishwakarma family, Vishwakarma
My
goldsmith.
goals.
Yes, yeah,
They
you
know
They
that
mentioned.
know that.
making jewelry and all that. So when I looked at Kalakshatra, there was a teacher called Chitra Jagannathan, and she used to tell me that all these jewelries were very old and Rukmini Devi's collections. And then I said, oh, but a beautiful, it looks like a modern kind of design, but it's very old. And so I used to see all these designs, and then I said, if anything broken stones or anything, I can try to fix it. Then she encouraged me doing it. Then I started making some turbans and fixing it. Then after class, teaching class or maybe PG student, I used to go to the theater back behind the green room, and I keep doing all these stuff. It's like so
Wow,
very
I mean,
happy.
see, you lived a dancer within you. You lived a beautiful dancer. I mean, I got some collection. I just wanted our audience to, witness this dance of yours. Just 1 second. This is about, this is. Wow, that was beautiful. That was very beautiful.
That was
And
That was
Nandana.
I,
Nandana.
huh?
You named it
You named
wrong.
it
It was
wrong. It was
Nandana. It's not
Nandana. It's not
Pandapanainar.
Okay, so that was Nandanar. Okay, okay,
Yeah, yeah,
okay.
yeah.
yeah,
So
yeah.
Just to clear for the
beautiful.
audience.
Wow, that was a very beautiful dance. Yeah, and I wanted to find out. You said that you were, always feeling the feminine in you, and have you done anything about it to change about yourself? Have you gone through, like most of them go through the, surgery and stuff like that? Have you gone through anything like that?
Um,
I mean,
I mean,
if you, for example, if the water is so calm, if you put a stone, only if you put a stone or something, only then only ripples comes. Like then only the water get disturbed. So when I was in Kalakshetra and doing all these roles and everything, and I was occupied, I never felt that way because it was okay. I was able to manage and balance and then make my way. I was able to compromise, I would say, even though it was one side of my heart. Uh, so some incident happened that shook me, that really made me panic. It's like that is going out of my, that disturbed my, emotionally disturbed me. And it was, I remember my father passed away at that time. Everything quickly came to my heart, mind, all of a sudden. So that's the time I was literally a little bit like my control, my stability is just gone. I just didn't know what to do and all that. And then I left Kalakshetra. And when I left Kalakshetra, then I heard that so many people were criticizing me about leaving Kalakshetra. They thought that I'm very arrogant or nice job. What is there? What's wrong? Why do you want to quit the job? Everything is good. You are doing good. Then why do you want to quit the job? That means you must be arrogant. That's what I heard, the rumors or the comments from different teachers. Then I wanted to ask myself, that's not true. That's not true. It was about, it hurt my feelings, my female feelings. So I wanted to prove the people that it's not what you think. You cannot judge a book just by its cover. You have to go through my situation. There are, I mean, see, now people are thinking about all gender issues and all that. Not that time, they were not aware of it. And that's not my mistake. You can understand how much struggle I would have experienced, how much, I don't know what to say. And then that time I was thinking about, no, I should not get misjudged or misconceptualized. I wanted to show my truth. That's what I was thinking about. Maybe I need to change myself to women. Then they will know that, oh, this was the problem. She was experiencing this kind of identity issues and all that. Then I shared my feelings. I used to dance. After leaving Kalakshetra, I used to dance with other troops outside. So I met one dancer. Her mother was in a hospital. So I just shared my concerns to the dancer that this is what going on with me. I want to get a medical can you help me with getting some medical advice? And she helped me through her mother to get some plastic surgery, sex reassignment surgery, the how to process and all that in Ramachandra Medical College. And with the help of this dancer, I went to the college and I met her mother. She's so sweet, and she just introduced me with Josna Murthy. She was the plastic surgeon, and she clearly explained to me everything. So she spoke to me and she said, if you are feeling this way, this is what called transgender. This is what called your gender transformation and all that. She's explained to me clearly. I think she did her education in Germany or France or somewhere. I don't remember. And she said all these countries is very common and all that. Then I said, I want you. I think I feel like this is bothering me. Before quitting Kalakshetra, I never felt that way, but now it is intensifying in me. I feel like I'm not existing. I'm like already dead person. I'm living. I'm that feeling was I don't know how to express. Like I don't know. I mean, people won't understand. I'm sure people won't understand unless they have been go through. They cannot understand. Maybe they can judge. Oh, it can be like that. Oh, this can be like that. Oh, this is why I know they can make so thousands of comments, but I'm not convinced by any of those comments because that's not true. The doctors, at least some point, they're okay. They understand the surgical part. The emotional part, they said, I don't know, Lakshya, you have to see a psychiatrist. And they introduced me to a psychiatrist called Shalini, Dr. Shalini. I met the Shalini doctor. I've met a couple of sessions with her, and she said, this is a big decision. You need to make sure that because you have been living as a man, so when you go to toilet, if you want to use a women toilet, how you are you comfortable using a women toilet? Are you comfortable wearing a woman outfit? If you're wearing a woman outfit and going to buy certain things, when they hear your voice, they would think, oh, a man in the form of female. And in Chennai, they call ombod and all that, nine ombod. I didn't, I don't want to go, no, I didn't want that word, anybody to address me with that word. That will make me very upset because people are people. They just do what they want. So the psychiatrist was asking me all these questions, and I said, okay, slowly I can make it. And I don't know, Rose ma'am, somehow I had that courage, and I slowly, oh my God, the place where I rented in Chennai, they don't know this one. So what I do, I will take my female clothes in the bag and I go with my two-wheeler, and I go to some dark areas and I change my outfit and then go. And before coming to the room, somewhere I stop and change to male outfit and come in. Because the doctor told
Wow,
me.
how much of hardship you have to go through to prove yourself who you are. Oh my goodness. Wow. Wow.
And that's just the starting with outfit, and then laser treatment for the hair removal, and then hormone treatment, and then after 1 year they will I had my surgery, vaginoplasty. So they do some surgery. After vaginoplasty, I did my breast implant, and I did my vocal cord surgery. But my vocal cord surgery was failure. I don't know. My voice didn't change, but I did this Adam's apple that they take it away, and then and now still I'm taking injection. I practiced how to take injection. I take some hormones and inject in my, this on my butt. I inject every week.
So you do it yourself?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
My
wow,
mother used
My
to
okay.
do
mother
that
used to do that
when
sometimes.
she see all this. Sometimes, injection is painful. Sometimes because we are the same area. So my mother's support, my emotional support was. My mother is cannot support in area, but emotional support was so soothing for me.
I'm
So
very
I
happy
think
to
So I
know that.
think
So she accepted when you changed and she was supportive of everything. How about your other brothers and sisters?
they were literally, they were like they were literally calling my old name and addressing my he him pronouns, and all that. They said like, gone, it's gone, like, it's like pochi kettu pochi, like that. It's just gone. That's the way that was. I was very upset because I never felt guilty in me to do all this, because that's something. Why should I be guilty to be true to myself? Because the whole world says that truth is always valid. That's what from childhood everybody learned. Then I asked to myself, why should I be scared to be true? because the society taught me to be true. So I am being true to the society. What's wrong in it? So I had that courage, and then yeah, my brothers didn't accept, and I slowly,
So
slowly.
the rest of the four siblings were all brothers, or you have sisters too?
No sisters.
No
Everything,
sister.
everybody is
Yeah,
Everything,
brothers.
all
everybody
of
is brother.
all of them
Yeah.
were okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Everybody is
Wow.
brothers.
Everybody is
So
One
brother.
they
One
still
recently
they still haven't accepted you.
they will accept me in the way they want. For example, they are like binary. They are like they have wife, children, and children. Their marriage, the family system. So if they want me to be like that, but for me, I think sometimes I don't feel any. It doesn't make sense that way. I'm not a biological woman. I cannot have baby, or I cannot dream of having a baby. So their calculations for future, and they're all different, and they have a privilege. I don't want to act like a complete woman. I want to understand the fact that even though I'm a woman, I'm a transformed woman. I'm a transgender woman. I'm not a, I don't want to be like that. I mean, what can we do? I can only do the best I can. No, uh, yeah, I mean, if something makes me happy, some treatment is available to make me happy, then I have to go for it. Something is better than nothing. That's what I thought. Instead of living with
Very
instead of
true.
living
Very
with
true.
anxiety.
I just thought this is better. But a lot of people got very angry. They thought I am arrogant. I'm just wasting my life. I put my Lakshya, and they said, "You put a name Lakshya, but there is no Lakshyam in your life. There's no goal in your life." But you put, I remember,
I remember.
That's not right. That's not
it's
fair.
like,
Oh my God. As soon as I heard your name, Lakshya, hey, her Lakshyam, she achieved it, what she wants to be. I was so proud of the name, and I was so happy for, the name you picked. Some people usually pick the typical name of, okay, Ramya, Shubhashri, and, Gayatri and stuff like that. And the Lakshya, you created a Lakshyam, Lakshyam means like a, what do you say in English? Like you had the I can't even think of the word in English. So you had the Lakshyam, and you achieved it. You created yourself, to be who you want to be. That's amazing. That's really amazing.
yeah, that's because they're the cisgender people. They will only think with their perspective, like to have a house, having family members, children, marriage, money, status. But for me, I will not get full happiness with that. I need to get acceptance. I need people to accept me. I need people to support me. I need to people to touch my shoulder and say, "Okay, even if you are not okay, it's okay. You're okay." That's what will make me really privileged and really happy. Not the other material aspects. So
Yeah,
when
you
cis
know what? I would say to you that you are definitely privileged as a dancer. Like not many people will, be a great dancer. I mean, I have another clip which I found. I'm going to be, playing it very soon. You're such a great dancer, and you have the charm in when you dance, and you have like the stability, and you have every aspect of what a dancer should have in you, and that itself is a privilege. It doesn't matter, we are all God's creation. It doesn't matter how God created you or me or anybody else, and then sometimes we are trapped. It's like, like you wanted to just put yourself into a box, and when you cannot get out, you won't see the world, you won't know what it is. So you decided to go out, and you picked a beautiful name, Lakshya, for yourself, and you are living your life, and that is something to be appreciative of, and I appreciate you. I'm with you 200% for the decision you made. And whoever is not accepting, and that's their fault. Like that's the reason I wanted to bring you here. I wanted to talk to you and have your beautiful feelings, and the beautiful dancer in you, what you feel. I just wanted to hear you out. And I also have another question. So like the process was very, like, the surgery was very painful. It's a longer, like a monthly or yearly process. How was it?
it is still
It is
I am
still I
still
am
I am
still I
undergoing
am
hormone
undergoing.
therapy Otherwise the hair and all that will start coming, and the skin tone, and the skin will become smooth, and the body started shape, a lot of changes will happen, hair growth and all that. But if I start all this hormone therapy, then we we will that slowly our hair will start coming and all that. So this is, it's like, you are literally, you are accepting a foreign body, and then you are living with that. So it's a
It's a
long
long
process.
process.
Wow.
And
And
so sometimes when people take it so easy, and when they just disregard it hurt my feelings. It's like, I just feel that some people are some okay, your sex and your gender aligned, very good, good. You got married and you have kids, you have a big house, and you are well set. Okay, so what? So what?
so what?
Exactly.
So what do you
Exactly.
So
expect
what
me
do
to
you
do for
expect me
that?
to do
I'm
for
not.
that?
I'm
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 not.
happy with my life. So don't compare with you. You got some privilege. You are different, but we are a little bit unfortunate, and we know that fact. I know that I
Know
don't
that
have
I
a
don't have a female full
Never
voice.
even call your, never even call yourself unfortunate. You are very fortunate. You are a dancer. You are an artist. I'm here every weekend. I call people, different artists. I hear them out. I make them sing or dance or do the other artistic, whatever artistic. You are a great artist. That is what you are. And that is what should be appreciated. Don't even worry about who you were before, who are you now, who are you going to be later. No, you are a dancer always, from day one till now, and till um, like you live, you will be a dancer. You're a great dancer, and that is the achievement.
dance.
And like what is what were the unforgettable moments as a dancer and a person in your life, like which you cannot forget at all? You want to share with us?
Before going to that question, I would like to add the previous question a little bit more. Dance, you told me that I'm a dancer, big dancer, and all that. But actually saying, I am looking at it like dance is gender, art has no gender. Art is not for, art is something divine, it's beyond that. In that movie, Kamal Hassan says that இது மனிதர் புரிந்து கொள்ள மனித காதல் இல்லை, அதையும் தாண்டி புனிதமானது. Likewise, the art is not to put in a box like, okay, anu ponnu. For me, it's not like that. If the Tanjore brothers, all those great people, if they thought that way, then they wouldn't have created all this Sagya Varnam and all that, because Sagya Varnam is very, very Naika Varna. How can, if a man, oh, I shouldn't do all these things, I'm a man, I should not. They were very unisexual. They were very they approached art in a way that it's universal. So I see a lot of refuge in dance. Like I have scope to express my feelings, the Jivatma Paramatma concept, gender neutrality, and grace. Can you say grace is male or female? No, right? Grace is something generalized. So I like the grace, the energy. What energy is female or male? So all these neutral things I see a lot of in dance. So that's why I am giving respect to that, and I'm keeping justice. Maybe that's why you see me like I am doing good and all that. It's not because I am a great dancer or not. I'm just I'm passionate towards that. That's what. And also I like to
No,
empathize.
you are being so, as you said that your dad was a down to earth person, so you are trying to be down to earth, saying that you are not. I'm going to just show this one dance to the world, let them see it. You cannot say that you are not a great dancer and this and that. You are one of the phenomenal dancers. Here it is.
காதலாகி காதலாகி கசிந்து காதலாகி கசிந்து கண்ணீர் மல்கி காதலாகி கசிந்து கண்ணீர் வேதம் நான்கினும்
Wow. That was beautiful. Your
That's my
expressions, oh
dream
wow.
project.
Eh?
That's my dream
That's my
project.
dream
Starter
project.
workshop.
Starter workshop.
Work in
Work
progress.
Oh
in
wow.
progress.
See, that's
See,
my gender
that's
neutrality. They're all females. Like the person, they're all male doing male roles. So when it comes to art, that's all.
so.
Yes, that's
Nothing.
what. I mean, art is that it doesn't have a male or female or, whatever,
Exactly.
people, whatever they think. I mean, it's very well said. And so I wanted to find out, what is your opinion about the LGBTQ community and its importance in the existence? I want you to tell with your own words. um, I know it is something to be appreciated by all, accepted by all. We know as a third person sitting in one corner, like what all the difficulties you guys all go through, but in your words, I want you to say so that people can hear it.
LGBT community existence is very important. It is something like how uh, oxygen is important to survive compared to food. See, food we can maybe 1 day or 2 day we can adjust without food, but oxygen we cannot. Maybe a couple of minutes. So that much important is LGBT existence, I would say, because I've been thinking, what if the LGBT community doesn't exist? What would happen? I was thinking that, for example, um, if any, for example, a person has eyes, can see things. A person not having eyes to see, so we see that thing. Oh, because of that, see how lucky I am. So the nature is teaching you that. So look at the person. You are lucky to have eyes, but this person doesn't have eyes. So this is something we have to work, develop empathy in ourselves, and not to be arrogant that if I was born without eyes, I would have been struggled like that person. So similarly, I am telling you, if anybody's when they are in the living with gender and their everything is correct, they got male privilege, they got female privilege, they should also understand there are people they didn't get aligned with that. They are not aligned with that. So it's they should feel empathy to them. So they have to think, if I was born like a transgender without an alignment of my sex and gender, what I would have been doing. So in order to make that feeling, to make people humanity, empathy, compassion, and equality, and respecting other people, and respecting other people's feelings. So I would say that's what the LGBT community is very, very important. Otherwise, people would just imagine if everybody cisgender people, they would have been so arrogant. We can only project our but no. If there is a day, then there is a night. And not only night and day, there is something in between called the evening. There are all colors is in this world. There are a lot of varieties in it. It's not like, okay, I'm putting in everything in a box. No, you cannot try to cheat the nature. You just practice something and you are comfortable within some kind of box, and you are programmed in such a way and you are secured. Doesn't mean that that should be the idea. So these are the things. LGBT community's importance, the people don't know. It's like
That's very true. Very well said. Yeah.
அந்த இறக்கங்கிற அந்த கம்பேஷனுங்கிற ஃபீலிங் உருவாகணும் மனசுக்குள்ள. அது செக்ஸ் ஆனாலும் சரி, ஹேண்டிகேப்பா இருந்தாலும் சரி, எந்த ஊனமா இருந்தாலும், ஊனமா இல்லா இருந்தாலும், எல்லாமே நான் சொல்லுமே எல்லா. ஃபார் எக்ஸாம்பிள், நான் சில சமயத்துல when sometimes I think that if any blind person, if you are giving 10 rupees and say it's 100 rupees, the person can touch and no, it's 10 rupees only. The touching is so powerful for the person. That's called, I said, differently able.
Very, very true.
Able to recognize, no, you're cheating me. This is not 100. This is 10 rupees. Similarly, I have the feeling that if I am unable to live as a cisgender woman or cisgender man, then God has given me some special ability. That's the thing. I can sense it. I can sense what people doing. That's the ability we have. For example,
That's very true. Very true.
Nobody can cheat us. If you are telling lie, or if you are doing a drama, or if you are really going to help me, We know that. We can easily sense that. Husband, wife. I know my friends, husband, wife problem. Na they go to trans people and they get, they're convinced by the answer by the from the trans person. Oh, appriya. And it's like they're so powerful. They are inbuilt counselors. They have a lot of qualities inbuilt. And artists, as I told you that I've been dancing without a teacher. So I would say all the LGBT community are they're the living art bodies. I would
Very
say
true.
it's
Very
it's a
true.
built in them. But other people they have to go and make it. But for these people, it's a God's gift. And now the internet has come. I have to thank internet for making this world so transparent so that people can see us, people can see our abilities and our capabilities, and then stop discriminating. I mean, I know that I don't have a female voice. I know that my hand is not like a woman hand. I know that you don't have to tell me. I know. I'm suffering with that. I'm living with that. You don't have to tell me, hey, you do that. Don't do that. We know that. As long as we
No,
are not.
that's what in Indian culture I know. Like when we go to the temples or even in the weddings and all, they invite transgender girls or women, and then they get especially they get the blessings from them. They are treated as gods and goddesses, and then they invite them to the wedding, and they make them bless the couple. And even when I went to the temple, like there are all over the places they bless, and then like whatever you give they get. Sometimes they say, oh, you can give more. I definitely give them more because they should be appreciated, because like the family threw them out, the friends threw them out, the community threw them out, the society threw them out, and that's the reason they are standing. Even though they are young, they didn't know their own identity, they are standing in front of the temple almost begging from the people going in and out and giving them the blessing. That all they have is only their own hands, and they give the blessing, and which is an amazing thing. And for the blessing, so they're not getting that, what, 50 rupees, 100 rupees also free. They give their blessing sincerely, full heartedly, and receive that, which is like a beautiful thing. You go and instead of going inside and praying to God, it feels like, okay, you really saw the God when you get the blessings from them. That's what I feel. And as you said, their intuitions, their like what they feel about you, they know, which is probably very, very, very true. I agree with you completely.
Yeah, but in
Yeah,
my
but in my
perspective, I would
perspective, I
say they
would
don't
say they
have to
don't have
worship
to
them like
worship
that,
them.
or they don't have to hate them like that. They can make them equal to them. Don't see like a god. They are also human
Also
being. They
No,
have
no.
to
I mean,
go
in
for
the
everything.
temples, their blessings were like, that's what I meant. I mean, I'm not saying seeing them like God, but their blessings make. I mean, why do we all work very hard? The children get the parents' blessing or the adults' blessing. The Diwali time, Pongal time, New Year's time, we all bend down and then get the blessings from the older family members. Why? Because we believe that the blessings are important, not because we are worshiping them as gods or anything, but that blessing is important. That's what they are doing. They are not receiving something for free. They're giving the blessing because all they have is only two hands. With that two hands, they are giving the blessing and receiving that. That's what I meant to say.
Yeah, but
That's
but
something.
but
but
very
very
recently, I
recently,
know I knew
I knew
something that
something that
the
the
idea behind the newborn baby, the trans people come and they bless them and all that, and they give them money, celebrate. And I heard, and it's very hurting for me. They said if the main idea behind that, it seems the baby shouldn't become like them. The baby shouldn't become like them.
become
What?
like that.
That's
Oh my
why
That's
they are
God.
why they
arguing.
are arguing.
I was like,
No,
I
but
was like,
Wow.
is that true? No,
yeah,
what I
Yeah,
heard was
what?
different. But
yeah,
what I heard was,
either
Either
I
that,
like
like,
I was reading on the
they're
internet.
they're
pleasing them.
pleasing them.
They're
They're
pleasing them.
pleasing them.
When they're
When they're
pleasing this
pleasing
trans
this trans
community,
community,
they think
they
that
think
their
that
baby
their
want
baby
to
want to
protect them.
protect them.
Oh my God, that's something very new I'm hearing. What
They're
I
not
heard,
intelligent.
They're not
They don't
intelligent.
want
They
to
don't
believe
want
in
to
all
believe in
this
all
kind of
this kind of.
No, no, that's very unfair. Yeah. No, no, I mean, I was reading, or, to me, the whole knowledge is only through the internet, or, talking to, like I was first in the beginning, I was like, what is this blessing thing? I didn't understand. So when I went and then researched it, their blessings are so powerful, I guess. This is what I mean. They are considered, their blessings are very powerful. So that's why they bless. And the second thing I read was all they have is everybody rejected them. All they have is only their two hands. They don't want to receive whatever gifts you give, like a $10 or like I mean, 10 rupees or 50 rupees. They cannot receive it for free. So they give the blessings. All they have is only two hands. So with the hands, they give the blessing and receive the money. So something, see, it's always, in any culture, it's always give and take. You give something, you take something. So to take that 10 rupees, they give the blessing. This is what I heard. This is something very new. What you said, this is the first time I'm hearing. Wow, that's
I
not
want
fair.
the community should get more empowered and then self-sufficient instead all these, because at the end of the day, they have to live their life. They should be independent. They shouldn't go to all that. I mean, if nobody wants blessing, then they are going to be hungry on that day. That's not good. So that's not something sustainable for me. I want the government to support them with basic things. That's what I'm telling. The government should understand this is something they have to
That's
just
definitely, yeah,
leave them
yeah,
free. Just leave them free,
exactly.
and then if you cannot help them, don't hurt them.
Very, very true. That's very true. Yeah, I agree with you. And then, what is your, current or your future dream project? If at all you want to do something in dance, what is the project you want to do? What is your dream project?
My dream project is like just to show the video, Kannapar video. You see that? That's the initiative I started. I have to do that in a big scale production, and that's what I need to train LGBT members in it, and maybe women doing men role, and I have to make them do it. It's like beyond the gender. See, I'm a woman, but I can do
Very,
it.
yeah.
I am an artist. Don't count me like my feminine woman. Now I'm an artist. You're gonna enjoy my grace, my energy, my portrayal, and everything. That's what my uh, next.
That is a true empowerment. Yeah, that should be. Yeah, that's really amazing to hear. And what would be your words on today's conclusion? Your what do you want to give the community of your kind, or my kind, or my son or husband's kind? So for males, females, and also for transgenders, what is your concluding words?
I don't know if I am that. I have ability or I have that capacity, or I never felt that way. I am a simple person because it's a little emotional question. Uh, I was in Kalakshetra several years as a student, guest artist, and then teacher. And I was working in the costume department, as I mentioned. So, but all of a sudden, something happened, and then I got hurt, and I left the organization. And then misunderstanding. I have to prove the misunderstanding. I converted myself to Lakshya, and then I had a lot of struggles in my life, like I looked for husband, marriage, and all that. And the people who came behind me, their role were like exploitation. One teacher in Kalakshetra used to tell me that, oh, Lakshya is looking for love. அன்பு பாசத்துக்கு ஏங்குறான்னு சொல்லுவான். So நான் வந்து அன்பு பாசத்துக்கு ரொம்ப எங்கினேன் போல இருக்கு, அதனால தான் போல இருக்கு. The other person did not wanted the அன்பு பாசம். They wanted something else from me. You know what I'm saying? Maybe the frustration they wanted to. I don't know what we can name it as anything. So this trauma and these people used me back and forth, back and forth. And when a time it came in my life where I really needed support, I went back to Kalakshetra and asked for a job. But nobody support me. Nobody support me. They were literally like, I don't know.
It's very unfortunate. You are a very talented person. You were a faculty. I mean, in order for them to have somebody a faculty, you have to be a full-fledged great dancer. Otherwise, they can't hire you as a faculty. You were there working for 4 years, you said, and letting you go is a I would say like a, whether I won't say it's an organization. It's probably the people who work there, the management. They have to change their attitude. I mean, we are seeing what Kalakshetra is going through because of the people who are all there. Like it's not Kalakshetra, which is it's not the organizational issue. It's a people's issue. If that can be changed, I really, really wish you get your job back. I really wanted some management in Kalakshetra hear this, interview. A great person like you already mentioned to me over the phone when I was talking, you don't have any bad habits. You don't drink, you don't smoke, you don't do, that kind of a beautiful human to find in this world. It's very hard just because of your, gender identity. You should not be, thrown away like this. I really wish somebody from Kalakshetra watches this show and send you a mail or letter saying that, hey, we wanted you to come back and teach again. I really wish this happens to you.
That's what I'm doing.
That's
When
what
we
I'm
are
doing. When we are
hungry,
hungry,
we need food,
we need food.
not when we are not hungry. So that is the thing. Now my life is like the characters I mentioned. Nandanar was a pariah. Nandanar is a backward caste, and everybody discriminated him. But in front of God, Nandanar was great, equal to him. That's what I
That's
think.
what I
Exactly.
think.
Yeah.
Whoever is discriminating me based on gender, but in front of God, He understands what's going on. In if whoever tried to spoil my career, whoever tried to squeeze my feelings, whoever used me, they will all get their karma back. That's I'm pretty
That's I'm
sure.
pretty
Definitely.
sure.
If I
That's
If
did
I
fine.
did
something wrong,
something,
I also should get punished, for sure. I'm not. We are all human beings. If I did something wrong, I should get punished. Similarly, if anybody did that, when they claim, like I'm saying, the men they are claiming, I am perfect, I am everything, when they claim, why they are behaving like that? You know, why they are doing behind the curtain in the night? Why they are like that? Only daytime
only
they.
daytime there.
Exactly.
And when I talk to some transgender people about how you are doing sex work on the street, is it hard? Then they share their stories. I was like, my God, you know, their stories when we hear each man going to them for different reasons, not only for sex. Some people are not for sex. They say that a wife, she doesn't understand me at all. She's so torture. She's asking me that bill, this one, torture. But when I sit next to you, I feel so relaxed and I feel so
Feel so
happy.
happy.
So
Wow.
every
So every
mess comes for different reason. It's not like only, and it's not something to publish, or it's going between them and they become friends, and they, without doing any kind of do they give them money. So there are men like that, they're under, and women are like that. Everybody's suffering like that. And transgenders, when they're standing they know all the sensitive issues when they share. Some people when they interview, they say it openly. So in my case, I had a, I didn't know how to open my heart, how to say, hey, this is what I'm looking for. This is what happening in me. I don't know. So nobody, there were in Kalakshetra also, there were a lot of people who understand my feminine feelings in me, but they respected me. They respected me.
That's
respected me.
But
amazing.
some
That's
people
Some
really
people
amazing
get
to
it.
hear.
Yeah, some
Huh?
people
Some
Some
people.
people
some people
send it.
took a step back from me. I appreciate that. But some people, they exploited me. They simply used my situation, and then they want to make the story like I am the person going behind them and all that. But yeah, I mean, now I am proud that I just showed my truth. This is what I am. So this is what killing me. But when you are okay, that's what even in Kalakshetra, everything was okay. Then why these people made this? And I truly appreciate these girls for coming out and speaking up, and then making this issue really public. I really thankful because even my voice is heard through them. You
Very
understand?
happy to
I'm a
know
I'm
that.
a
trans person.
trans
I'm
person.
saying
I'm
something
saying something.
So
transparent.
you have also gone through similar things such
Of
as these
course.
Of
girls.
course.
Of course, ma'am. That's what I'm trying to let you know. That's what, when I heard this news, it made me feel that I think I got some corner of my heart. I felt I got justice. For the past 18 years, I have been thinking that I was wrong. I was wrong. I was wrong. But some people made me think like that way. It's not I was wrong. They made me think that I was wrong. That's called manipulation. That's what people can master plan and all that we say, that's a game. But I was so stupid that I wasn't able to
Able
No,
to
you
realize
were a
all this.
realize all this.
young girl at that time. You are very young. Your mind is not developed fully. So whatever was there, you probably accepted it. But you are a lot matured now. You understand things. But you know what? Well, for everybody's karma, there is always, karma will come back and beat them up. So, I mean, you are a good person. I mean, from your talk, from your speeches, from your experience and expression, you have proved yourself, a great person. And I really appreciate doing this interview with you. It's amazing to hear your story. I really want the story to be shared with a lot of other LGBTQ communities, so that okay, so hey, it doesn't matter who you are, but live the life what you want to live. That is an amazing thing if everybody can do it. They think that, oh, I'm rejected from the society, and they are going into all sort of like a struggles they go through, like going to drinking habits, like a drug use, drug abuse, and then going on the streets and this and that. They shouldn't be doing that. They have to identify what they have within them, and then they probably have to navigate through. And thank you so much for joining me today, Lakshya. Yeah, you have such an inspiring story, and being a dancer, and how you turned yourself to be, and it's such a beautiful story. And I would like to say a little conclusion for our viewers at the end. And so, like, I hope you can stay with me for like 2 more minutes as I'm speaking to them, do you have a minute? We must strive to create a world where everyone can feel safe, supported, and accepted for who they are, regardless of their gender identity or expression. We must recognize and celebrate the diversity of our communities and work towards more inclusive society. To achieve this goal, we need to educate ourselves and others around us about the experiences of transgender people. We need to listen to their stories, amplify their voices, and learn from their perspectives. We need to challenge harmful stereotype and myths about transgender people and promote accurate and respectful representation of their lives. We also need to advocate for policies to protect the rights and well being of transgender individuals. This includes ensuring access to healthcare, employment, housing, education, as she was saying, like a lot of other, benefits what they don't get it, to like just other basic human rights. We must support efforts to repeal discriminatory policies that harm transgender people and promote equality and justice for all. In addition, we need to create welcoming and inclusive spaces for transgender individuals. This means providing gender neutral bathrooms, using inclusive language, and ensuring that everyone feels welcome and valued. It means actively seeking out and supporting transgender voices and perspectives in our workplace, schools, and communities. In conclusion, transgender inclusion is not just a moral, imperative. It is a human right issue. It's definitely a human rights issue. We must all work together to create a world where everyone can live their lives with dignity, respect, and freedom. That's what Lakshya also was mentioning in her um, interview. We must stand in solidarity and with transgender individuals and show them that they are not alone. Let us commit ourselves to this important cause and work towards a moral, inclusive, and some more inclusive and just society for all. You know. And thank you so much for watching this episode. I will see you all soon with yet another extraordinary broadcast real soon. Till then, goodbye and love and peace to you all. Let me welcome back our Lakshya and say goodbye to her too. Thank you so much, Lakshya. This was really amazing to have you with us and really, really appreciate your presence with us.
Thank you so much
Thank you
for
so
this
much for this
opportunity.
opportunity.
Of course, with pleasure. Bye, everybody. Bye now for watching us. And I hope you all liked it. And please accept them. They are beautiful humans. There are some beautiful humans inside their heart. And accept them and appreciate what they have. And make the world a better place for them to live. Thank you all. Bye now.